whispers in Havana breeze. Hearts beat steady with the ocean's tease. No borders hold us, we break away. One world, one love, one open bay. Every wave writes a line in our story. Every port holds a little bit of glory. We're not lost, we're free and alive. Sailing on purpose, not just to survive. Warm, strong adventures, feel the flame. Different shores, but the soul stays the same. We stay strong, no need to worry. We stay strong and embrace the journey. Ooh, stay strong and embrace the journey. Let the sea be your guide. Let your heart be the map. Stay strong and embrace the journey. Warm, strong adventures. The rhythm never ends.
Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. I'm still disappointed you guys didn't like my song better than that version, but thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. For those of you that don't know, that song was the song that my my son created for me, and I created one. We had a little vote a week or two ago, and mine got voted out. I'm gonna play it again one of these days. I'll play it again. Let me go ahead and run down the chat real quick. For those that aren't aware, at the top I have pinned up Meet and I. They are having a premiere right after the show at 8 o'clock, so we will be ending on time tonight. They're having a premiere, so make sure you go over there and give them a strong raid. It will be appreciated. Let's see. You got Z coming in the house. Hey, Z, welcome in. Hope you're feeling well, Z. I haven't seen you the last couple of days. Keeping up with the Griffins. Welcome in. Welcome in. Joe, I hope you're feeling better. I think you are, because I saw you around. You got Scott doing a banter bill, a strong raid, Scott, a strong raid. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate you being in here, and thank you for being a member. And where it jumped on me. It jumped on me. Did I miss Foodie? No, I don't. Okay, let me catch up, back up. Law Jones, welcome in, welcome in. Foodie, there she is. Hey, Foodie. Foodie was first on the premiere side, and I think Z was first on this side. Vicky, welcome in. Meet and I, they're in the chat. Welcome in. What's up, Uncle Bill? Peace to the chat. Scott says, "Oh, okay." Keep it up with the Griffins. Speaking on the go with YOLO. Welcome in. Welcome in. A Bill raid. Bill raid. Controversial cruising. We got Carnival Cruise Addicts. Meet and I. What up, cousin Scott? Foodie, Griffins, Law. Let me get this going live on my bad. I was rushing. I forgot to put the stream, the stream key over in this, so it's not going live. But we're here anyway. It's not going live on Instagram. Everybody said hello, hello. Anwar, you're welcome. I believe this is Anwar probably, but if not, Meet and I, you're welcome. The bearded banter. Yes, Keisha. Big Family Expedition. Welcome in. Welcome in. YOLO, no problem. No problem. If you watch it, I appreciate it. But no problem. I'm loving your adventure. Me and Yolo, we're here as far as the travel. We agree on it on our travel. Everybody saying hello. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. Keisha, Lala Jones. That was dope. What was dope, Scott? Oh, maybe I missed something in the chat. Susanna, welcome in, Susanna. I appreciate you coming in here. Can we just do the intro like that? Like, don't start with that song. Okay, cute. I'm gonna play my song. I'm gonna play my song, people, after this, just so you get a taste of it. All right, Q, welcome in. Q, appreciate you being a member also. And for those who I didn't acknowledge as being members, I appreciate you guys being members. Everybody said hello again. Hello, thank you for coming over from the premiere. I appreciate it. Scott, I really love that though. I bet B Weezy liked that one too. B Weezy made it. Yes, he liked that one. That was fire. We had no idea. Much appreciated, Bill. Thank you. Destination Fun, welcome in, Sherry. Sherry just had a premiere. So for those of you that have not, watched it, Sherry, I believe you're a moderator. Sherry, if you want to drop a link to your premiere, knock yourself out. And make sure you guys go check it out. Ken Goes Cruising. Welcome in, Ken. Yo, Bill, back here again. It's getting late. I know it's getting late over there. Ken, I'm coming to your side of the world. So I'm coming over there. I'll be there on the 28th. I'm leaving here on the 27th. I'll get there on the 28th. So I'll be on your side of the world. So we'll be in the same time zone. Hopefully I can catch some of your lives or something at a decent hour. Let's see. Everybody saying hi. Cruise Nuts, welcome in, Cruise Nuts. Appreciate you being in here. I don't think I used it on this one, but another video I used like some drone footage from Cruise Nuts. So Cruise Nuts, thank you for the use of the footage. Yo, Nuts. Bill looks like he's lost a few pounds. I wish that was the case. Yes, we're trying to get in of a particular age group. Well, yeah, but you're only as old as you feel, right? It kind of, sort of. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play here. Where am I at? Let me highlight this one. Okay, B Weezy. If for those of you that were here for the intro, that was B Weezy's intro. Let me see if I can find mine real quick. Billy intro long. Okay. That was Billy's. This is mine.
Sailing out, blue skies above, passport packed and a heart full of love, cruising the world, just me and the sea. This is a life, it's where I'm meant to be. Stay strong and embrace the journey. Waves roll.
Oh, okay. You get the drift. See, I of a certain age, mellow, smooth. That's what I like. But that Latin jazz fusion. Anyway, we had a vote on it last time, and his won. So let's see. Let me get back to the chat. We go live September 1st, 7 p.m. I got to figure out where. I don't know. I'm gonna be someplace in Greece then, I believe, Ken. So I will try to catch it. First one, agreed. Yes, we've been down this road before. Large on Bills is a little more like easy jet. Yes, I mean nice drink, some cognac, a cigar. Come on now. Anyway, I've already lost that battle. I'm gonna make another one up. It's gonna be faster. I was not singing. You would know. Stay strong. You would know if I was singing. as a John Legend, kind of, sort of. Yes, I can see that. Okay, well, it sounded like me, a foodie. Okay, well, maybe I'm gonna start claiming it. I like the melody. Very algebra, algebra, YOLO, YOLO. We're here. Algero. A lot of you probably don't even know who Algero is. 9 p.m. in Greece. Okay. I should be back on the ship. I don't know exactly where we're at. Algero. Man, what a name from the past. So anyway, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for contributing as far as whose song is better. I gotta hear. It's giving Kim. Kim used to live not too far from me. Back years ago, he was right down the street. Kim, a real nice guy. Embarkation Nation, welcome in. We are going to start talking about Navigator of the Seas, and destination fun. I cruise out. I fly out. Where I fly out the 27th, 10 a.m. I fly to Boston, and then Boston I fly to Athens. And once I get to Athens, it'll be like 7 o'clock in the morning. So help me on that one. Embarkation Nation, member for 24 months, 2 years. You were you my first member? It's been about 2 years. I'm bad. I should know better. You know who was first, who was last. I should know, but I don't. Sorry. But you've been there a long time. You guys have been there for a long time. We'll begin on the star while you are in the air, Bill. I know Destination Fun got a deal to get on the star, so now her and Danny are going on the star. Jealous, but I'd rather go to Greece just to make sure that you understand it. Greece. So anyway, it's all started out going out to California. People, I am not a big. I don't want to come off like I don't like the West Coast, but with that Pacific Ocean, it gets cold out there. Nice during the daytime, but once the sun goes down, it gets cold. But I digress. I'm gonna go back to my stay. I stayed at a motel down there. People had warned me about it's not Long Beach. Well, it is Long Beach, but it's Long Beach San Padre, which is kind of like across the water from where the Carnival cruise ship goes out of. So it's not too far away, but the same beach, but one is Long Beach and one is San Padre. And people warned me like the neighborhood and stuff like that, and it was tough. And it wasn't bad. I stayed at a motel. Don't ask me to one. It was right down the street from the Vagabond Inn, and it was probably about $130 a night. It was a place just to lay. It was a place to lay your head. See, Foodie's saying it. Foodie's saying it. San Pedro. San Pedro was no bueno. I did not think it was bad. I mean, it wasn't ritzy. It wasn't. I didn't see any 5-star hotels there, but it wasn't bad. It was regular folks, and regular folks don't scare me. So I didn't mind it. And when they had a couple of restaurants around there, it was, I don't know, 5 minutes from the port driving. It was. I probably would try to find a different hotel, maybe a little further out, maybe find a hotel. But I had literally no problems there. I had no problems. I don't like motels where they have like how they have the air conditioning unit in the room, like on the wall. And that keeps me up at night. Whenever it starts and cranks back up, it keeps me up. I like a place with central air. But I knew what I was getting into with this one. I just needed a place for the night. Will G says, evening all, driving and listening. Thank you, Will G. I appreciate you for listening. So it started off well. And then in the morning, it was fine. The one thing about the motel, it didn't have an elevator. It has 2 stories, didn't have an elevator. They put me on the 2nd floor. You got an old man dragging his bag up the steps. Anywho, I made it, and I made it back down. So, Embarkation Nation, me too. I'm still debating it since we have the offer, but it's highly unlikely because of work and audit. Jennifer and Destination Fund, they both had this great offer. I looked at mine and they said, no, you don't, sir, you don't qualify for that. You don't qualify. So anyway, San Padre, it was fine. I've only been on really 2 summer cruises. One was Meet and Eyes cruise last year, not this year, but last year. And I should have known then that it gets a little cool at night, because there were, some nights it's like, oh man, I need a hoodie or I need something on. This cruise in August, I was freezing. I needed a jacket. At night, I needed a jacket. Daytime, it got into the low 70s, and this is like in Ensenada and Catalina Islands. I mean, I'm in long sleeves. I mean, it's like in August. It's like I don't cruise to be cold. I like to sit outside, smoke my cigars, have my drink, and they made it tough on me to do that at night. They did have Navigator seats. They did have cigars under the stars every night. However, it was cold. So I'm out there with my cigar and freezing, but they had a movie playing. So, I mean, it made it pretty nice. Law Jones says it sounds perfect. No, it got down to it. I'm gonna say low 60s, maybe upper 50s. I mean, it was nippy. With a hoodie on, it was like, yeah, I still, I could use something a little bit heavier. But I know people, because I don't, I go to my room, I'm turning the heat up. So anyway, embarkation was fine. Royal has embarkation down. They really do. I mean, I spent probably 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a couple minutes longer to get from standing in line to go through security to being on the ship. It wasn't bad. Where I messed up, and this is my fault, and me being cheap, and normally when I go on a Carnival cruise, I get free drinks at the casino. I never get the drink package. I didn't get the drink package on this particular one. And I said, I'm not gonna drink that much. Emily, welcome in, Emily. I'm not gonna drink that much. I had a deal. I'm booked on Rhapsody of the Sea. I'm gonna look for Amy. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna go look for Amy. I'm lying. I'm telling a story about that one. I'm not. Anyway, I got 7 days, but they sent me an offer. It was almost like an offer I couldn't refuse. It was like 55% off, which brought my drink package down to like $44 a day, which is going to be like 3 drinks, a couple bottles of water, and a coffee. And it's like I'm over the limit. So I went ahead and got it. $44. It was plus $44 plus 18%. So it wasn't bad. So at least I don't have to worry about that, because it was like, man, if I only had the drink package. And Z calling me cheap. I'm kind of cheap. I'm not a drinker. I've never, the most drinks I ever had in a day probably were on a ship, were 6 or 7, maybe one more. I never, how people do 15 drinks in a day, or say 15 drinks is not enough, is beyond me, because I can't do it. Unless I'm with V and Edna. And for some reason, when I'm with them, apparently I can do shots after shot after shot. That's the difference. I'm triggered. Coming up in a week, they're talking about doing a bar crawl before we get on the cruise. And anywho, it's gonna be a tough one. Everybody saying hi. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I agree, Bill. We need more likes, friends. Thank you. Foodie. Funny you asked this question, Foodie. Vicky. Funny you asked this question. I'm diamond. I'm already diamond on Carnival. Oh, maybe you're talking about Royal. Okay. No, I'm working. I'm diamond on MSC. I'm diamond on Carnival. I'm working on Royal. I'm probably I don't know. I have 2 cruises booked, and I think, but by the time those 2 cruises are over, I'll be at 40 days, 40 nights, but then I'm gonna book. Then I'm gonna book a 3 or 4 like 7-day cruises with the deals that they give me, just so I can get my 80 days, and then I'll be diamond on Royal, diamond on Carnival, diamond on MSC, diamond on Royal. What's next? What's Virgin Voyages? I get no respect from Celebrity and Princess. I get no respect. Royal Diamond. Yes, I figured out what you're talking about. I'm so used to saying Vicky. People tease me because it seems like I say diamond a lot. I'm diamond a lot. So, which, thank goodness, Carnival said, hey, for the next 6 years, because I don't think I'll ever spend $33,000 to maintain my diamond status with Carnival. But hey, give me 6 years. They status match on Virgin. Celebrity, they status match Royal, don't they? So I mean, if I become diamond on Royal, maybe that would be the way to go. Even though I don't even know what I get. I mean, it's just something I like to say, and apparently I like to say it a lot. So anyway, this ship it's an older oil. Look who's in the chat. This is my brother, people, Jerome Armstrong, and you thought I was old. This is my older brother. You thought I was old. And people, I cannot convince him to go on a cruise with me. He has no desire to go on a cruise. You know, all he wants to do is sit around, talk sports, and talk politics. So it'd probably be good he wouldn't go on a cruise. But yeah, Jerome, thank you for coming in, my man. I appreciate you being in here. It means a lot. It'll bring a tear to my eye. A whole lot. Diamond. Yes, Celebrity matches Royal. Yes. The match status for Royal. Well, give me a few more. Give me a few more cruises. Give me a few more cruises. And I'll be diamond, and then I'll go on Virgin. No, I got Virgin booked for January. So I can't wait, people. I'm gonna get back into my this Navigator of the Seas, but this all kind of ties into kind of what I was ranting about yesterday towards the end of that live. It was you have to decide on what you want, you know, as far as cruising. Wow, Jerome, that was quick. Pretend it was a sports show or pretend it was a sports show or a political show. But anyway, no, he won't. I've been trying for the longest to get him. I've been trying for the longest to get him to go on a cruise. He won't go. Rod, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. So anyway, Navigator of the Seas wasn't on the West Coast. I know people are talking about they like the West Coast. Sherry said something about me being up north. Yeah, I'm up north. I don't want to be on the waterfront when it's 50 degrees outside. You know, I don't want to be in Miami if it's 50 degrees outside. You'd have your winter coat on. So yeah, no, that it doesn't. The daytime was fine, low 70s. That's fine. I'm happy with that. But no, not on the water in middle of the night, trying to smoke a cigar, have a drink. It was not a good vibe for me. I mean, I made it a good vibe still, but yeah. Jerome. Bill, you are retired. You have plenty of free time. I don't have free time. You know, well, I do have free time. But you know, when I worked and I was still cruising and raising a family and stuff, I worked 2 jobs. Do you know that? See, I have 2 jobs. I was 2 jobs, Bill. You know, you heard about 2 chains. I was 2 jobs. Emily said Jerome, definitely go with Bill. I've been trying for a long time. My other brother, I have another brother named Tony Anthony, and he won't go. Neither one to go. Neither one to go. And it's like I pay for a room. It's just pay port charges and taxes and welcome aboard. Jerome, I offered to even pay his port charges and taxes. You know, he lives in Wichita, so I try to get him to go. Maybe one of these days. Kimberly Lavelle, welcome in. Welcome in. You are live. I didn't see that, so just watch the premiere video you posted. Well, thank you. Hopefully you liked it. That was MSC Private Island. I love that. I love MSC's Private Island. I love that island. And I can't wait. In October, I go to Celebration Key so I can compare the two. Celebration Key looks like an island that I could love. It really does. Nothing fancy. You know, I wish as it gets later in the year, I wish they had like a heated pool like Royal has on their private island, even if it's only in an adult section. Everybody saying hi. 2 job is great look on a man. No, it was tough, but luckily I had 2 jobs and they worked with me and that's what allows me, like, because I was able to work at Delta and get my work part-time at Delta and get my 10 years in. So I fly for free. So, you know, like when I say I'm flying standby, I just got to look at the flights. Oh, that flight looks empty. I'll hop on that flight. But that's why if you see me traveling, it's not because, oh, he has money. No. I could have worked longer, made more money, but I chose, you know, peace of mind, my happiness over money. Because I don't think money can't make everybody happy. And I've worked with too many people that like worked till the day they passed away. And I swore that would never be me. And guess what? It's not yet. Dark Theme, welcome in. Welcome in. And Destination Funds, make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate it. Antoinette Fun, welcome in, Bill, and everyone in the chat. I was thinking about Antoinette Fun. You know, you go out of Jacksonville a lot. Is that the Elation? I think it's the Elation. I kind of want to go down there. I haven't done that in a while. Z has some fascination with hot tubs. You know, he goes back to Eddie Murphy in the hot tub, and he wants to do a hot tub. Well, matter of fact, he did one. If you ever go to his channel, watch for Z in a hot tub. Do it before you eat. That's all I'm saying. But he's in a hot tub. Do it before you eat. Right, Z? Am I right? Yeah, I do. One of these days, whenever you think you're going to be down there, hopefully, I had an October cruise booked for Elation, but because Carnival gave me the transatlantic cruise, I didn't make it. Foodie Vacations, Carnival Platinum and Diamond match to Virgin's Blue Extras. I don't know what's in that package. Cruise Bolero, welcome in. I was so upset because MSC didn't match Diamond to their Diamond. You know, I had to earn my stripes. Everybody saying, Amelia, welcome in. Antoinette, yes, and I want to cruise with you. Yay! I can't wait. I mean, meet and eye cruise. Go on a meet and eye cruise. I'll go on a meet and eye cruise next year. I think he's doing he's just had 3. He's doing a 3.5. I think in the early part of the year. I don't know if he's doing one in the summertime. I know I might be in if it's not in on the West Coast. I can't wait to retire. It's different. It's different. You know, you're not rushed to do anything, and thank goodness. I didn't know at the time I was making such a good decision, but with the Delta, it's like I'm able to fly like when I want. It really is a question of where do I stay. Those are the kind of things that get me, and how long the flights are. Because after flying, 15 to 16 hours on a flight, yeah, it's not, you don't really want to do that anytime soon. Voyager, we'll get back to the topic. Voyager was a nice class of ship. It probably held, I don't know, 3,500 people. But it kind of all brought back why I don't like cruising in the summertime. And that's the kids. Tons of kids are there. They weren't really bad kids, but they were kids being kids, and parents not being parents. So it made for a tough time. And then the teenagers, they're having the fun with the elevators and pushing all the buttons on the floor. So now the elevators are slow. And I'd said it in a nice way, believe it or not. I know you don't think I say stuff in a nice way, but we're on an elevator, me and a couple of other people on the elevator. About 4 or 5 teenagers got the button pushed. They hold the door open, trying to decide where they want to go. So I politely, after about 30 seconds, I politely said, "Can you do this in or out the elevator? But you can't hold the door." Politely said that. And they said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then they let the door go, and we left. But I didn't say it. I wasn't mean. I not getting off my line. I wasn't mean, people. I thought about you guys. I thought about you guys. I think people know that I go live this time, and they want to call me. Anyway, I for some reason I don't like cruising with a lot of kids. I don't mind some kids. MSC, their ship, they have like an area for kids, and it's kind of like where all the kids go. So you really don't see them a lot. But on Navigator, it was a little difficult. And the solarium, I've always remembered the solarium being a warm spot, but it wasn't very warm. And it's like kids and everybody just passing through. So I wasn't crazy about it. But as far as the layout of the ship, I thought it was fine. I mean, actually, I loved it. And this leads me back to the point of I would rather go on Navigator Seas twice than the Star once. And I can appreciate the people that go on the Star. But the prices and like the inaugural cruises, I think I may have one, maybe 2 inaugural cruises left. I actually thought about the Festival, and this is kind of off the subject again. I thought about the Festival, but it was like a 4-day cruise, and they wanted like $1,500 to $1,600, $1,700 for an interior cabin. I don't want to pay that much money for a 4-day cruise. I mean, I know it's a new ship, but really, is it a new ship, or is it the celebration with no roller coaster? A bigger water park area. Yeah, you could changing the names of the bars doesn't change the bars. They change the name, but they keep the same drinks. So I'm kind of done with the inaugural cruises, unless it's like a true inaugural cruise or a different class of ship. Like Star is Oasis class. No, I'm sorry, Icon class, I believe. Well, going to Icon to save me some money. You could tell me about the other pretty colors that they have on the ship. Couple of little things different. But that I gotta watch how I spend my money. Spending money on an inaugural cruise just to spend money on an inaugural cruise. And I understand. I was talking to somebody earlier as far as inaugural cruises are nice if you want to go, oh, there's such and such. Oh, there's such and such. Oh, there's such and such. I don't do that. I mean, I might, oh yeah, there's somebody. I'm not doing it. I remember when they did that Floggers cruise, people stood in an hour in line to meet Lalita Loca and Don. And it's like, you waited an hour in line to meet somebody? Holy moly. Maybe the only person I would do that for would be Prince. And I don't think I would do it for Prince. I'm like, okay, well, I saw him. That's good enough. Uh, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Every time I go to Disney World, I got to do the fast pass. But now everybody has fast pass, so fast pass is not even fast pass anymore. It's faster than the regular line, but it's not even fast pass anymore. But yeah, Mickey Mouse. Taking the kids there. What a nightmare. But I went off season. I was one of those parents that, hey, we're going down. School starts on the 7th. Yeah, we'll be back on the 14th. You make up whatever you missed. I did wait to see Meet Larry Graham. Nope, wouldn't do it. I mean, Larry Graham. I like Larry Graham. I like a lot of artists. I like a lot of people. I'm not waiting in line. You know, Bill, I would do it for Bob Marley. Really? Just to say hi. You'd wait an hour in line. Okay, it's me because I like your music. I'll send you a text or something. John Stamos. Boo, John Stamos. Destination Fun. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh no, well, I don't want to meet Prince now. This is back in the day. I don't want to meet him now. No, Michael Jackson. Nope, I don't want to meet him. Don't want to meet him. Not now. Oh, Foodie, Vicky, if you're still in here, when you do you have to give it a chance. When you do your reactions, you have to give it a chance. So sit there for a second and do it. And your thumbs down, they're like both straight down. When you were doing it kind of like this, and you weren't making them even. So anyway, that was just a quick pointer on what you were doing earlier, and wondering why. Hey, it's working half the time. It's just real simple. Najuma Brown, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for being a member. What about Taylor Swift? I'm not waiting in line for anybody. I know Z would wait in line for Taylor Swift. He loves Taylor Swift. Yeah, user error. But yeah, did I tell you I love my Mac? Anyway, I'm getting off track again. Voyager, it was refurbished, I think around 2019, 2020, right around the time of COVID, right around that time. So the ship looks fine. And room size, I actually had a balcony, but it was one of those casino deals. But I had a balcony. I mean, everything was nice about it. This is what I'm talking about. My balcony. I went on my balcony 2 times. Sell away. I went out there and did a 30-minute live for TikTok, and 15 minutes I went out there because I was filming like a room tour. Other than that, I didn't spend any time out there. Whenever I left my cabin at like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, I didn't come back to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock that night. I never saw my cabin steward. I never saw him because I would come back. He's getting ready to get off or whatever. I never saw my cabin steward. So by that time of night, it was too cold, which was my biggest gripe about this whole trip. Was not the kids, it was the weather. And at nighttime, it made it tough to enjoy like the Lido deck at night. It just made it tough. But I mean, they party. I enjoyed it just as much as I like all these other big ships. I think. I mean, my favorite ship overall, Utopia, but I'm not paying double just to go on Utopia for 3 days. I'm not doing it. The other problem is Z, my baby mama. The Taylor Swift is your baby mama. Anywho, oh, don't forget. I'm sorry. Let me keep track of what time it is. 7:40. 8 o'clock. Me and I are having a premiere right after this. It's pinned to the top. So, and I think it's redirected. So if you just stay in the chat, it'll take you over there automatically when this ends. But make sure you go over there and give them a strong raid, and let them know that you're coming over to watch them. And I think they're doing a Celebration Key, and I'm very interested in Celebration Key because I'm torn. It's definitely designed for like 3 or 4 ships to be there, It's definitely designed for that. So when you get one or two ships in there, it looks like totally empty ship. Law Jones not interested in any ship for only 3 days. I don't mind short cruises. I don't mind short cruises, but I'm not paying thousands of dollars. You know, if you give me a short cruise, $200, and we're talking about without casino deals and all that, you know, if you give me a short one, I'll go down there and do it. I know a lot of people have to fly down there. It's not worth the expense. For me, I'll take my chances. Cruise Life TV, welcome in. Hey, Mr. Banter and all the party people in the chat. Angel, Travel Vibes with Angel. Welcome in, Angel. Good evening, everybody in the chat. Law Jones, we are on the Star for 4 nights, but it was free. So I'm doing, yes, I definitely would do it. I told you, I had it booked. Was it 4 nights or 7 nights? It might have been 4 nights, but it came same time to Greece. Or I would have done it because you know, if the price is right, I like the newer ships. I don't like the cost of newer ships, which is why it took me, you know, 10 or 15 years to get on an Oasis class ship because of the price. Everybody saying hello, hello. You can do a three-day back-to-back with a 4-day, make it a week. Yes, for $5,000. Yes, you can do that for $5,000 for a week. No, thank you. Okay, $3,000, $4,000. No, thank you. Not for a cruise going to Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. No, thank you. I'm not spending $4,000 to go to Nassau and Perfect Day. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Cruise Life TV. How many more days until Cruise Day? The accommodations. I like Royal. I like their ships, man. And this, as I said, this was like I said, one of their older ones. But I really do like their ships and the layouts and their older ships compared to Carnival's older ships. There's like no comparison. That reminds me, Bill. Linnell said $100 a night in the casino. What say you? $100 a night isn't bad. That's not. I mean, that's me. I go like if I go with $100 a night, I go with the ideal of losing that the $100. It's kind of like prepaying a cruise, but you get more than one cruise, so it's like prepaying 2 cruises or so. Shireen, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Ready for a different destination? Maybe Alaska. I've done Alaska 3 times. The first time, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was beautiful. Never rained. Second time I did it, didn't rain. Nah. Third time, it was like, yeah, it started to rain, and it's like, yeah, get me home. It'll be a while before I do Alaska again. But if you've never been to Alaska, you gotta go at least once. I think Destination Fun. I think they're doing Norway. I want to do Norway. There's so many destination cruises. I want to fly over to Singapore and do like an Asian cruise. I want to do a European cruise. I'm doing a Mediterranean cruise coming up. Whoops. At footy, that's one of the problems. You got to watch your fingers what you do because stuff pops up. For me, it's my thumb, and make the thumb straight. Anyway, yes, Destination Fun says Norway next June, and who knows? Destination. I mean, the bucket list type cruises. Those I wouldn't mind spending a little extra on. I get those. I don't get going on a ship and going to Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I don't get it. I know the ship is the destination. I don't. Maybe get into a swimming pool, but let me stop with my hand. Maybe do the swimming pool. Maybe if it's empty, but it's never going to be empty. The hot tubs, well, they're always packed. So, I'm not doing a flow ride. I'm not doing a rock climbing. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I don't need all that. So in other words, I don't need all that. Give me a cheaper cruise, Navigator Seas, and that was a 4-day cruise. I'm good. Good to know. $100 a night. $100 a night is good for a cheap cruise. it depends on how many points you get. But if I win, I'm giving it back. So I'm a real big gambler, but I don't plan on coming home with money unless I hit a big jackpot or something like that. But um, I don't plan on coming back with money. But I consider myself having fun. And if my biggest thing is once you get like $2,500 or 2,500 points on Royal, here's a free cruise. Here's a certificate for the year. You get one free cruise plus all the offers they give you. MSC, if you get is it 2,000 points, they give you a discount on the cruise. At 5,000, they give you a free cruise, 5 days or less. So it could work. It could work, but I wouldn't gamble just to get a cruise. European and Asian cruises are definitely on the yes. Yes. My only problem, no, it's first world problems. My only problem is Delta doesn't fly directly into Singapore. So I forgot I would have to fly into like South Korea, maybe. South Korea, that's the friendly one, right? Friendly South Korea. Anyway, I think I would have to fly to South Korea, then to Singapore. That door, let me go back to the door of my cabin for the balcony that I did have to do. My goodness, that was the heaviest balcony door, sliding door I've ever experienced in my life. It actually took like 2 hands. I mean, you unlock it, but to make it easy, you had to go with 2 hands to pull it open. Michael Hodges, welcome in, my friend. Appreciate you coming in. I'm taking Navigator next March for 7 days for my 70th birthday. Do you have any pointers? Yeah, bring a jacket. I don't care what time of year it is. Bring a jacket, because at nighttime, at least it did. I'm assuming March is going to be even a little colder. I just got off in August, and at night I needed a hoodie. I needed a hoodie, so I would bring a jacket. And I don't know if it's still on the West Coast, you kind of know what port you're going to, but you got Ensenada. Matter of fact, oops, hold on. Meet and I ride. When I went on Meet and I cruise, this is kind of why I wore this shirt. It was on the West Coast, and we did a ATV ride, and it was very fun. It was a ATV Ensenada, I believe is the name of the company. It was a lot of fun driving through the cities, and it was a lot of fun. Nobody died, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah, okay, Dark Theme. I'd have to look it up to make sure. I believe. North Korea sounds like a Dennis Rodman trip. Anywho, so yes, Michael, lots of fun, especially if you haven't cruised out of there. If you get out there, a little early, Long Beach isn't too far from Hollywood. So, I mean, Hollywood is not really what it's all cracked up to be. Get there early. I thought Hollywood was like a town that never slept. Well, apparently they do sleep. And then if you go there at night, there's a lot of people sleeping on the sidewalks there. So, anywho, go there early in the daytime and enjoy. But bring a jacket, bring your patience, because they don't have smart elevators. And if it's, March, if that's spring break, you might have a lot of kids on the cruise. And if you have a lot of kids on the cruise, just bring your patience. You don't have kids running around cutting you off, pushing all the floors on the elevator. Just bring your patience. Bring a jacket. Biggest thing. See, now I got to go look it up. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Angie, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. And to all the members, again, I appreciate if I skipped over you. I appreciate you. I do see you guys in here, but I appreciate you coming in here. Don't forget, you got Meet and I right after this. It's going to be redirected over, or at the top of this chat, you'll see a link. Click on that link. It'll take you to their review of Celebration Key, and they generally do a really good. They do a good tour of whatever they're doing, like a cabin or a place. They do a lot of other travels other than just cruising. They do a lot of other ones. One of the ones they had like some slave quarters that they toured, and I forget. Don't ask me where it was at, but it's very interesting. Anyway, go there if you want to. If you want to find out about Celebration Key, go make sure you go over there at 8 o'clock at night tonight. And then at 9 o'clock, you have Scott going on with Thirsty Thursday. So make sure you, with Scott, you go over this, see Scott and try to win a prize. I'm gonna try to win a prize tonight. I'm gonna try. You got a couple of people in there. They're ringers, I think. How do they know all the questions and always get in there first? Oh, you live on the West Coast, Mike. It's Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and Mazatlan. Mazatlan, quiet as it's kept. Mazatlan is a port that a lot of them don't go to, especially some of the shorter ones. Mazatlan is a good place to go. I know people are always, the cartel, drug cartels. I had a great time. I took a short taxi ride over on the beachfront. If you ever saw one of my videos, I have like where somebody had a drone and I was standing on the tip of an island someplace, and the drone took off. That Mazatlan was where it was at. Mazatlan, I really do. I wish my cruise would have went to Mazatlan. Yeah, I like Mazatlan. Puerto Vallarta, you walk right to the. If you don't like getting out a lot, walk right over to the beach. It's not too far. One thing about that beach, though, they had a lot of hotels were right there. The beach that you could walk to, and it was tougher to get like seats if you want to buy seats. I mean, you probably could get a day pass, maybe. I didn't do that. I'm cheap. I didn't do that, but you could walk around, and it was nice little beach there. You know, I think it was open to the public, so I enjoyed myself. But the Navigator, I don't know if you've ever cruised before, Michael. They keep it up in good shape. They redid it probably about 2019, 2020. So the ship itself is in good shape. It's on the West Coast. I just felt cold, and I'm from the North. I'm from Detroit, so that I felt cold all the time. Foodie, you got it. I feel less safe in some of the cities here than I do abroad. With that being said, I don't let my guard down anywhere. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of times outside the United States, you have hustlers. You know, you have the pickpockets. I'm from Detroit. I mean, it's like, okay, you know, you didn't die. Okay, you're doing good. Okay, you just lost your car. Woo! Even though Detroit is really not that bad, it's tough. But you can't, certain areas you can't go. Certain places in Mexico you can't go. Certain places in Florida you can't go. Certain places in Texas you can't go. You shouldn't go. So I mean that's every big city. Yes, Thirsty Thursday is at 9. Emily, a little busy today at the job. Oh no, well, at least you're off now. It's like trying to win a prize at the Midway on a fair, huh, Bill? 10 people answered before you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I try to hit the live button all the time. But by the time I get the answer in there, 5 people already got the answer up. It's like, what the heck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. And they know the right answer. So it's like, it's not like, you know, I always suspected other people were like Googling the answers. They're doing it too fast to Google the answers. I think it might be rigged. It might just be rigged. The food, I didn't go to any specialty restaurants. I'm not a big fan of their food. A lot of options in the Windjam, the buffet area. But this cruise ship had a lot of kids with not playing with, but using the tongs, and that's like a no-go. The food was lukewarm at best. Every now and then, if something just came out fresh, that's the only way to get something fresh. It's like they prepare a lot of food ahead of time and they kind of pass it out as they go. El Loco Fresh, El Loco Poco, whatever the name of the Mexican restaurant is. That's what they did. They made all these fajitas, and I didn't get a burrito. The burritos might have been sort of kind of made fresher. But I've never been a big fan of on Utopia, on Allure, on Enchantment of the Sea. I have never been a big fan of Royal's food. I know a lot of people swear by it. I actually prefer the food on the buffet on Carnival Excel class ships more. Ooh, Alexa. Did I say Alexa? Alexa.
I haven't heard anything in the last minute, but you can listen to all your requests in the privacy section of the Alexa app.
Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help.
I appreciate Alexa. Always listening in on my conversation. I'm a little leery about that. Always listening in. But what else? The shows were decent and they were packed, but it was cold. That people had nowhere to go, so the shows were packed. The shows were decent. The singers were good. I mean, the whole trip, and by being a 4 or 5 day cruise, or this was a 4-day, I thought it was well orchestrated as far as the shows and keeping everybody happy. No, Emily, don't get Alexa. Alexa's always listening in. Always listening in. What else? I did go up and looked at the slides. I didn't get down on, but I mean, everybody looked like they're having fun. I got some footage of people taking lessons on the flow rider, the basketball. I mean, there's a ton of on these ships for Royal. If I had family, if I knew what I knew then, what I knew now, I probably would have taken my kids on more Royal ships. I probably would have done that because they are family friendly. I know Carnival prides themselves on the fun ship, family friendly, and things like that. Bill, when said Alexa, my Alexa answered. Yeah, I do that. Sometimes I do that on purpose. Alexa, sometimes I do that on purpose, just for that reason, for giggles, smiles and giggles. But I didn't know I said Alexa that time. I mean, I probably did. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. So, but that was it. I mean, I really enjoyed the things that they had. The ice skating show. They had open ice skating. I mean, they had just a ton of things to do. And I'm thinking about how old the ship is. When did it come out? Probably 2005 or something. I mean, just the amount of things that they have on the ship is just, to me, is amazing. And I do like the more things you have on the ship to do, the more I like it. And I'm going into countdown mode because I'm getting out of here on time. Anything else? I have my notes over here. Hey, Will, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here, Will. We're getting ready to wrap this up. At the very top of the chat, I have Meet and I premiere that starts in a few minutes. So if we could all go over there and say hi, do a hashtag strong raid, I would appreciate it. Oh, okay. I probably thought I was saying Google or something, but Alexa, yeah. I mean, it could be. You let start it and let go through Alexa. Maybe. I can't. I don't know. I can't do it. Big Family Expedition. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you coming in here, everybody. And we are getting ready to wind this down and get out of here. It's 8 o'clock. So make sure I won't be here next week. I'm going to be in Greece. The 28th. I probably won't go live on the 28th because I'll just be getting there. But on the 29th, I'll probably go live from Greece. So cut on your notifications. If you're new here, make sure you cut on your notifications, cut on your or subscribe and all that other good stuff. Hit the like button on the way out. Get ready to head over to Meet and I and just tell them hashtag strong. You don't know who it's from. And as always, we're going to say, whoop, make sure you stay strong and embrace the journey. And I will talk to you sometime next week. Bye-bye.
Bum, 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 bum.